What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. Today I'm going to talk about a touchy subject. There are ICE raids and ICE protests going on all over the country today. I've been attacked in the comments. People have asked me, how do you feel about your vote now? Right? Actually, a black man called me Tío Tomás, Uncle Tom, and said that I'm making content on my other channels and I'm talking about anything other than what's happening to my people. Wow. So let's talk about it. Under the Biden administration, approximately, it's estimated over 10 million. The number some say is as high as 15 million people crossed illegally. We don't know who they are. Is the vast majority of that number harmless? More than likely. If every single one of them, except one person, was harmless, and that one person massacred someone or people in this country, then it's a horrible thing. Right? We know that when the borders were just allowed to just come on through, people, come on through and vote blue, just come through. We're not even going to ask you for ID when you vote. That was the plan, right? When all these people were coming through, we know that about 100 people that were on terror lists were apprehended. Do you think we caught all of them? Do you really think we caught all the bad guys? And so when people say, how do you feel about your vote now? Donald Trump told us what he was going to do. And he's doing that. How many politicians do that? How many politicians say, I'm going to do this, and actually do it? Actually go through with it. Before this president, it would be 100% did not do what they said they were going to do. They make promises, they get in office, and then they run their own program. Okay? This is the topic that gets the most people emotional. I'm going to continue saying what I always say. The best and the easiest way to control people is to get them emotional. Bizzle has a song called Poppin'. And in the song, there's something like, there's a line, if you say somebody's a racist, watch how they're going to react, basically is what they're saying. They're going to react emotionally. So you have Donald Trump, who has won a NCAAP award with Rosa Parks. He helped fund Jesse Jackson's presidential run. He did more for historically black colleges and universities than any president, including and especially Obama. He did more than them, right? Prior to him becoming a Republican, because he was a Democrat for a lot longer, he was loved. He was adored. Hillary Clinton, Obama, all of them said, that's the guy people want to be like. And then he became a conservative, and all of a sudden he was a racist. I applaud the blacks that I have seen go online and talk about the hypocrisy of calling that man that. But see, the sheep won't do any research. They'll just, is that right? Well, I hate him then. I fucking hate this guy. It's not very smart. So to these people that are in the comments and they're threatening me, not threatening me, they're trying to attack my position. You know, under the Biden administration, I never once, not one single time, went to any liberal content creator and just randomly started talking about the fact that Biden was shitting in his pants and asleep and we didn't know who was running the country. Not once. Why would I? Now, I made statements about that stuff, but I didn't go to an individual content creator. We don't do that. That's something the left does. Now, I responded, and when the black man that called me an Uncle Tom, right? He said that right now is an important time for people to remember who voted like for Trump and who's silent during this time. And so I responded back to him and I said, well, how about we remember that Barack Obama deported more people than any president in the history of the United States. How about you remember that and remember how quiet you were and how you were okay with that? How about we remember that Obama built every one of those cages that you guys cried about that Trump filled? You think Obama built those cages and left them empty? His administration built those. His administration filled them. But you don't like to talk about that. Doesn't fit your narrative. It doesn't get people emotionally wrapped up because they'd be mad at you guys, right? They'd be mad at Obama. How about we talk about under the Obama as well as the Biden, and especially under the Biden administration, children were trafficked at numbers that were mind-boggling. Do you remember why Trump was holding the kids? Because, see, under Obama, if somebody just knew the kid's name, they'd release him to him. Under Trump, there needs to be verifiable proof that this is a family member before we release these children. And so they were held a little bit longer. But they were returned safely to people who loved them. The numbers under the Biden administration and under the Obama administration as far as human trafficking, again, they were horrendous. How about you guys that you want to call me Tío Tomás? How about you remember those things? Oh, those illegals didn't matter. Under those administrations, they didn't matter. It's only under this administration, right? Again, are the vast majority of people that came over peaceful, searching for a better life? Yes. Yes. But why is it that this current administration is being blamed and vilified? Why is that, though? Why is this current administration being blamed and vilified for enforcing the law? Did people really think that the millions that came over illegally under the last administration, like that administration doesn't get any blame for what's going on right now? California is, I believe, the fourth biggest economy in the entire world. California, again, the fourth biggest economy in the entire world. And it's in the red. We're spending millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars to make sure that illegals have health care here, while hardworking Americans, a lot of them don't. And they make too much money to get the free stuff that's handed out. That seems fair, right? Nationwide, gas prices are falling. They're dropping. Remember when they were saying that we weren't going to go nowhere? But yeah, nationwide, they're dropping. But because of California's just horrible policies, this summer we're being threatened with $9 a gallon. That probably has nothing to do with all the illegal stuff, right? I love my people. I do. And all these people that keep talking, this dude, he made another comment. He just made another comment. I just responded to it. While I'm filming this, I had to stop and do something, and I responded. Do you guys realize that if we go into Mexico illegally and try to stay there, that they'll detain us and kick us out? Do you understand that if you go to any other country on the planet illegally, they will detain you and deport you? And no one will say it's racist. No one will say that that country hates this group of people. But in the United States, watch the news. Watch the local news. Watch when they describe a burglary. A home was broken into tonight. The intruder was a black male. He's a male. A liquor store was robbed today. 4 Hispanics were detained. That doesn't seem odd. It doesn't seem odd that everything has to be about race. Morgan Freeman said, the way that you end racism is to stop talking about it. I agree. Not only stop talking about it, stop fucking crying about it. Stop using it as an excuse. You know how many people in this country are of color and wealthy? They came from complete ghetto and they employ hundreds, some thousands of people because they refused to make an excuse. There's a whole lot of fucking poor people in this country, though, that want to blame everything on something outside of themselves, and yet they don't want to get up off their ass and make something happen. It's crazy to me that the guy that's making these comments isn't even Mexican. He ain't out there protesting. He just doesn't like me. And he thinks that his comments are going to have an effect on me. I do not want an open border. Millions, let's say this again. I've already said this before in another video. Millions of people are allowed legal entry into the United States every year. Millions. We vet them. We know who they are. We know where they come from. We know everything we need to know to say we need to approve this person. This person can come in legally. Boom. How come people right now have the audacity to blame the American president, the American government for enforcing laws, but they don't blame the government of Mexico for having the fucking country so fucked up the way it is? How come nobody's blaming any of these countries that these people feel they have to flee? Nobody's going to blame any of those countries? Nobody's going to blame those governments? You're going to blame your own government for enforcing rules and laws? Yeah, those of you that believe that I'm wrong, good luck with that. Good luck with that, man. That's my video for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them, man. I'm out of here.